Hey everybody, my name is Precious and welcome to my channel. Let's talk with Precious. Oh, I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about my lower consultation. So, since I never heard back from three hoodoo sisters about my lower consultation, about my who my lower is, I decided to go to another Haitian voodoo priestess or mambo, and she goes by the name of Chantar Marie. Now, she's a mambo that's based out of California, and little did I know when I did some research on her today, her dad was in the Sugar Hill Gang. So I'm like, what? I'm like, your dad was famous, and but she's a really sweet lady. She's very well knowledgeable about the Haitian voodoo religion. She is Haitian herself, and she's very in touch with the Loas. And so, since I was interested in what my lower was, I went to her and she went ahead and did the lower consultation for me. So she pretty much said, now this is where it's a little confusing, but I'm gonna, pan it out, level it out, and ease it out once I'm, pretty much done with the video. So first things first, she told me to get right with Ogun and Azuli Freda. Now Azuli Freda is the love and wealth and materialistic Haitian voodoo spirit. And you usually see her, she's actually the syncretic Haitian Loa of Our Lady of Sorrows. Because whenever you see her, you'll see her like this, looking up, and she's usually a white skinned lady, and she'll have like this long veil on with like jewels and clocks and lockets all around her. And there'll usually be a heart that she's holding that has arrows and stuff in it. And so she told me to get right with Ogun and Azuli Freda. Now, Ogun, I've heard of Ogun before, but I'm going to look it up so I can get it right with you guys. Okay, so the Ogun, I believe he is an Orisha. Ogun. Yes, Ogun is an Orisha. Ogun, it says that he is a father of civilization in many ways. And it says here that he is a prominent Orisha with various levels of his reception mark on our initiatory stages in Santeria. Yes, so he's pretty much like the head of the Orisha. She said that I need to get in touch with him and that I pretty much needed to get right with him and Ozuli Freda. Now, I'm surprised she said Ogun and Ozuli Freda because Ozuli Freda is a Haitian voodoo spirit and Ogun is a Santeria spirit. And so as we were walking through everything, she did this with tarot cards. And her tarot cards, because she showed me pictures of and videos of the tarot cards that she used and she was using, because I looked up the tarot card deck and she was using the Louisiana Voodoo tarot cards, but they had tarot cards that came from Louisiana Voodoo spirits and Haitian Voodoo spirits, and Haitian Voodoo and Louisiana Voodoo are very similar, and as well as not Santeria but Orishas, and Orishas are the Santeria spirits. And so I'm like, well, why is she telling me, a Santeria spirit and a Haitian voodoo spirit? So moving along, she told me that my Loa is La Serene. La Serene is the Haitian voodoo spirit that is the same as Yamaya. And Yamaya is an Orisha as well in the Santeria religion. Yamaya is the water goddess. Yamaya is the one where you'll see her either with black skin and long hair, and you'll see her as a mermaid coming up out of the water, and you'll see her surrounded by like fishes and other sea animals and shells. Or you'll usually see Yamaya as this white lady who is tall and elegant, and she has long, flowy black hair, and she's coming up out of the water. So La Sirene in Haitian voodoo or Yamaya would be my Loa. So that's my Loa, La Sirene. But she told me to be careful when I serve La Sirene because Urzuli Freda is not on good terms with me. I'm not really sure why Urzuli Freda wouldn't be on good terms with me because I've never really encountered Ozuli Freda before nor worshiped her. I've only known information about her and done research. But I know that Ozuli Freda is a very two-faced spirit because she can be for you and so happy for you and whatnot. But then if she gets mad at you or jealous, then she'll feel the need to take away anything she's giving you. And it's also known that she doesn't like women that much. And I guess because due to other women getting things that she has, that bothers her, and that's why her spirit sometimes will either be for you or against you. And so I understood that aspect, and she pretty much said that when it comes to love, I'm all over the place. And when it comes to love, it's like I'm all over the place. And that I need to get right with Ozuli Danto and Freda because she said that Ozuli Danto and Ozuli Freda are really like at odds with each other about me. Now, Ozuli Danto is like the mother Haitian law spirit, and Ozuli Freda is like the materialistic love and wealth Haitian Loa spirit. So I didn't understand why they were at odds with me or whatnot because I asked her, why, and she never gave me an answer. So that was that. And so to moving along to what I should do about this problem or issue that I'm having between the Loas, she pretty much said that Santeria was more of my path or more of my style. And I pretty much asked her, throughout the reading, what was my spiritual path? And she said, your spiritual path is more of a Santeria or Risha path than a Haitian voodoo and Loa path because she looked further into it and she told me, and this was kind of odd to me that she said this based off of what I already known about myself years prior before I started speaking to Mambos and voodoo priestesses. And she said when she looked at my cards that I need to start serving my ancestors and that some of them are African descent and that they're trying to send messages to me. And she said that they're Cuban and that they practice Santeria. And I found that ironic that she said that. Now, I had never told this lady anything about my family or my past history or family tree or anything like that. But I remember that as a child, I became interested in finding out where my ancestors came from and where my lineage and where my heritage was founded. And I remember my dad had told me that he had Cuban descent in his side of the family. Now, he didn't say that they were African or Spanish or mixed, but he just always said, we have Cuban on our side of the family. And I never really met anybody on that side that was Cuban. I just always heard it, and he had always told me that. And I do remember that a couple of months ago, or I think sometime last year, I had a dream that I had met up with him, my sister on that side, and other family members. I remember I was sitting outside of an apartment complex with them, and we were all talking and whatnot, and they was telling us that, you're going to meet the Cuban part of your family. Like, this is part of your family, it's part of your heritage, so we're pretty much going to show you, where the rest of the family came from. And I remember when we went into their house, they were white Cubans or Spanish Cubans. And I remember there was a lady in the dream where she was tall, kind of old, more like 50s. I want to say she's about 55, 56, 59. She was tall and kind of slim, but a little big. And I remember she had like long blonde hair, but it looked like the kind where her hair was black, but you could tell it was bleached, and she had kind of like black roots to it. And I remember the house was designed in like a Cuban style where everything was neat and prim and proper. You had china dishes everywhere. But I do remember that they had dishes on the wall that had Cuba listed on it. And I don't know if that was a sign or if that was a confirmation that I do have Cuban in my lineage, but I just found it to be interesting how she said that. And I remember how growing up, and even with that dream, I was told that I had Cuban in me. So, moving along to what she said after she told me that the Santeria path is more my path, she said that I need to honor Ilegua and Oya instead. And she said that these are the main orishas that will follow me. And she said that it's best that I follow those since I'm having issues with the Loas. And I guess I'm having issues with the Haitian Loas because my ancestry is not founded in Haiti or Haitian Voodoo. And that's probably why they don't agree with me because I'm not in their ancestral realm or in their culture realm. And so moving along to that, and she started talking about Azuli Freda again. She says Azuli Freda is offering men to me, but I'm not wanting them. And we're talking about love because my main issue in my life where I feel like I've been having blockage and whatnot has been in the love department. And Azuli Freda, because before I had the lower consultation with her, I had did a love ritual consultation with her. And the Haitian Loa that's in charge of love is Azuli Freda. So she was pretty much tying in from that reading into this reading. So that's why you're hearing about the Orishas and the Haitian Loas and Azuli Freda, because this is a combination of the love ritual reading that I did in my Loa ritual not Loa ritual, but my Loa reading that I did. So she was saying that Azuli Freda is offering me men to me, but I'm not wanting them because I want something different, and that I need to see how I can honor Freda and Danto. Now, what I would rather do with this, since she already told me that the Loas have an issue with me and whatnot, I think it's best to go down my Santeria path, since she said it's more of my ancestral path. And I think that when it comes to Azuli Dantor and Azuli Freda, it's best to just honor and serve them and worship them in order to clear the air. And then once I've cleared the air and I've given them all my offerings and whatnot, then I need to go full fledged into Santeria. And, moving along from that, she pretty much told me, my ancestors practiced Santeria, but she also said some of them did practice Haitian voodoo by using the Loas or communicating with the Loas. But she said the lower path is not for me. So not Haitian voodoo, but the Santeria path is more for me. And she also told me that I have power with water, which was also funny to me because I remember that as a child, I used to always be interested in water, but I had a fear of it at the same time. Because as a child, I used to always like riding in my mom's car, whomever's car was in, and I would always like to ride past lakes and rivers and creeks and ponds and whatnot because I would just love the scenery of water. But I couldn't swim back then and I can't even swim now. But I just always was interested in it. But now, since I've gotten more comfortable with water, I do like to go to the beach and I like to go to pools and I like to just sit in the water and really take in the feeling of the water. And it really makes me calm and feel good. And I believe she said that due to this power that I have with water, that Yamaya, who is the alternative of the Haitian Loa named La Sirena. And La Sirena in Spanish means La Sirena, and La Sirena in English means the mermaid. So it makes sense that La Sirena in Haitian Voodoo is my Loa, and that Yamaya in Santeria is my Loa as well. And she said that I should set up an altar to Yamaya to honor her since she is the one that walks with me in the Santeria religion. And so moving along, and she told me to with my Santeria path that I should start serving Ilegua. Now Ilegua, he is like the hey beautiful magic. Now Ilegua, he is I believe Ilegua is one of the leaders in the Orisha pantheon, and she said that he will open the doors for me. So that's where I need to start with my that's where I need to start with opening up doors for me and whatnot. And she also told me that after Ilegwa, that the main orishas that walk with me is Ilegwa and Oya. When she did my reading with the tarot cards that were a mix of Haitian voodoo and Santeria spirit, she said that I was the daughter, and she showed me the card that I was the daughter of Oya. Oya is the Orisha in Santeria. She is a woman, and her husband was Shango, and that she represents fire and storms, but she also has some confidence about herself and assurance, where she's content with herself whether she has a man or not. And she was also saying that, let's see, what else did she say? And she also said that once I'm done getting things right with Ozuli Dantor and with Ozuli Freda, that I need to let Ozuli Dantor know that I had a reading and I need to stop serving her. And she told me to get rid of my candle that I had in an area that is close by children. And she also said that Yamaya and Oya would help me in the relationship department. And she said that they've been talking to me and I haven't been listening. So with Oya, since I'm her daughter, she's pretty much my spirit or Orisha mother. And Yamaya, who is the alternative of La Serene in Haitian voodoo, it says that they have both been with me in relationships and have seen how painful and tiresome it's been with me dealing with men. And she says that Oya and Yamaya, they know that I've been doing love magic in order to bring someone to me, but it hasn't really been working for me. So she said that Yamaya told me to not do any more love magic because she doesn't want me to be disappointed, but she also wants me to be assured that things will work out for me. And she also said that since I'm Oya's child, she wants me to be on the right path. And she suggested that Oya said that she wants me to do more love baths and more self beauty baths, but to also do a road opener bath as well to open up my past, to open up my opportunities, and to open up my windows and my doors for things to come that are meant for me. And she also stated that Oya knows that sometimes I feel like I'm not enough, especially when it comes to men, because I have been feeling like I'm not really enough for men lately because of my weight and my appearance. And I have learned from living life and talking to other women and my experiences with men, relationships can be very competitive because I know I'm not the only one in the world that wants to get married and that wants a man and that thinks a certain man is fine, because you got a lot of other women out here that think the same thing too, and they will do anything at any cost just to get with him. So, and she also said that Oya said that she doesn't want me to feel like I'm not good enough and that things will work out for me. So I should just have hope. And so I should just be pretty much faithful and content with where I'm at the moment to just move along to the next subject. One thing I will say is that I did listen to her advice and I looked up a recipe on how to take a road opener bath, and I took one last night and I saw some results because as I was riding in the car today with my family, we went to go to the beauty supply store to get some hair care products because, I did say in my last video that I would like to grow my hair long because I'm tired of wearing wigs and I just really want to grow my hair out. And, I noticed there was a man looking at me as we were driving along, and he was, my type. Not so much look wise, but everything else, yeah. So I'm like, okay, I guess the love bath, pretty much worked. So I do have hope that as long as I keep doing the baths and keep listening to the Orishas, that everything's going to be okay. And they did suggest to me, in order for me to be healthy, with Yamaya and Oya talking to me, that I need to stay away from chicken and sweets, as well as chips. And I do have an issue eating too much chip. I mean, eating too much sweets sometimes. Now, chips, I don't really eat those that much. But as far as chicken, I do eat a lot of chicken because it's healthy. But I guess they know that I need to eat more fruits and vegetables because I need that water. And I haven't really been eating too much. I mean, I haven't really been drinking too much water anyway. So I can see that. And she also suggested that Yamaya and Oya wanted me to eat more eggplants and peaches and mangoes. Eggplants is something different, but when I looked up eggplants have a lot of health benefits. They help prevent from heart disease, cancer, they lower your blood sugar, they help with your digestive system. So there's really a lot of good health benefits with eggplants. But also, I didn't know this until I did more research on Oya that eggplants is actually an offering food to Oya. So since that's her offering food and she wants that for me, it makes sense because that's the type of food she likes to eat as well. And that's pretty much it as far as myself, but I did ask her a question about a friend of mine that I had at a previous job. And this is a friend that I was going to tell you guys about in my hair relaxer video about people being jealous and malicious and whatnot. So I asked her about this friend who was helping me in my past job and she defended me. And she pretty much confirmed that she was my true friend and that she really wanted to defend me and she really wanted to help me, but she sensed that there was a sense of competition between us and that she pretty much didn't want me being better than her. And so it's like, even though we were friends and whatnot, there was still that itty bitty competition between us. And that even on her side, she didn't want me overpowering her or being better than her. And I could sense that as well. Sometimes we would be talking based on her, like, gently cutting me off and gently gliding over me talking. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of see this within you too. And that's why I said in my last video that it's just a shame that making friends and being a good person and being honest and doing what you're supposed to do and even minding your business, people will still find a way to overthrow you and push you to the side and not let you have your moment. I'm like, it's shady, it's petty, and it's just unnecessary. So before I go, do any of you guys have any questions for me? Oh, and by the way, the name of the person that gave me this reading, because I said this time it wasn't from Three Hoodoo Sisters. Her name is Shantara Shantara Marie, and that's who did it for me. She's based out of California. And she's a really sweet lady. She's a really sweet voice person, and she really goes through everything that she does. And to be honest with you, I would rather go to her than going back to Three Hoodoo Sisters, because Three Hoodoo Sisters, she charges for most of her readings $100 for 30 minutes. And Shantara Marie charges about, for 30 minutes, is probably what, $65? And for an hour she'll charge maybe 150. And to me, I see Shantara Marie's pricing more reasonable than Three Hoodoo Sisters, because to me it seems like you're charging more with Three Hoodoo Sisters than the time that's being given, and I feel like I'm almost overpaying you. And then with Shantara Marie, I feel like with her pricing is a lot better, because I feel like I'm paying for the amount that I'm paying. And I feel like I'm getting the time for the amount that I've paid. So that's why I prefer going to Shantara Marie instead. But I also wanted to know from Shantara Marie if I should be a Santero or Santera or a Santeria priest or priestess. And she pretty much said that I had to talk to someone in my area about Santeria initiations to see, because I really do see leadership in me and spiritual guidance in me, because that's just something I see within myself. I can see people coming to me for spiritual help and guidance. And I've actually had this happen to me in the past where people did come to me for spiritual guidance and spiritual help. And so that's something I would really like. Now, I do know with Santeria, you have to be careful, because when you are in the spiritual world, when you're working with hoodoo, voodoo, or Santeria or candomblé or any other type of hoodoo or voodoo religion, you do have to be careful of sharks. You do have to be careful of scammers. You do have to be careful of fake people, because when it comes to hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, and candomblé, and any other ancestral religion, you will have people that will pretend to be something they're not to get your money. You will have people mixing up concoctions that will be poisonous or hazardous to your health and to your well being, and even to your spiritual well being, and not just your physical well being, in order to look like they're this great big Santero, or great big Santera, or a great big Mambo, a great big priestess, and whatnot. Because there have been plenty of people in the Santeria religion that have called themselves priest or priestess, and they've gone to jail for killing people during rituals. They've gone to jail for pouring miracle water or spiritual water on people's heads and their heads bursting out in flames. So, yeah, you really have to be careful with these different leaders in these religions, because some of them are real. Some of them really do have the spirit of a Mambo or Santero or Santera. But some of them, they're just pretenders, and they're just out to get people's money and to make a name for themselves, to feel powerful, because they don't really know what their spiritual path is in life, and they just want to be important. So, before I go, does anybody have any questions for me? Okay, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment in the comment section, and have a good day.